Hey everybody, it's John Fire here, and
Skeleton Space.
welcoming you to the TooManyGames 2019 acquisition video, where apparently my sock's trying to eat my feet. So basically, as always, we go over what I bought at the convention. Unfortunately, this year Skelly couldn't go, so he just handed me money. And,
Don't have the money, go.
I showed him what he could possibly win, and he won some stuff. And winning by buying it. So I'm going to start off with a couple of my things first, just the generic things to get into. So first off, decided to go with the mini boss pass this year, and because I said why not. It wasn't particularly the shirt design that interests me in buying it, but mini boss, usually raffle tickets, admission for the convention, and a nifty shirt. So this year I got a TooManyGames Animal Crossing t-shirt.
Just block my face with it.
Well, I want to make sure they can fully see it. Well, no, I wasn't blocking your face. I was pretending you were wearing it.
Ah.
And they did an Animal Crossing themed badge also. And then they have the times on the back, which is kind of nifty. If Skelly wants to show off his first piece.
Yeah, more crap than I do.
That's fine. So, this first one, well, actually, I should say too, as always, I always get pixel art whenever I go to TooManyGames. So I got Magus from Chrono Trigger, and I decided to get another one. This one was actually like, I think that one was like $6. This one was like, I think 14 or whatever. And I was like, holy crap, because the amount of pixels they use. But you get this and a little stand. But I'm going to turn the stand into a magnet.
Better to have it that way, it's more solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only one I really know.
Yeah, Kirby and the star he usually travels on. Hammer Kirby's probably one of my favorite ones, aside from the generic sword, because sword is pretty much versatile. You can use it for anything. I'll go through all my pixel art before and then pass it to you for sure.
I was just wondering what I was going to put up for.
And Onyx from Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. It's one of the final bosses in the Oracle games. And it's kind of funny because I saw him and it's like I recognized him. But the reason I recognized him was because of the ball and chain. And I'm like, that's Onyx from Legend of Zelda. So I was like, that's kind of nifty. I don't see many Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons stuff because they were Game Boy games.
He's branching to the old stuff.
Also, I apologize if I look like I'm freaking like sweating bullets. It's kind of hot in the apartment because just got home and turned on the air. So if you hear any, I apologize, but that's how it's gonna have to go, unfortunately. We got Alphen from Octopath Traveler.
What does he do?
He is basically kind of an alchemist. He travels around and cures people. And then we got Therian, who you probably don't see it as well, but he's a thief. Basically steals
Looks
stuff.
like he's sticking up his middle finger.
Yeah, no, that's not it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the pixel art. So Skelly, if you want to show off something, or two things, or all of it all at once, I don't care.
Oh. Well, first thing that caught my eye when he sent me a picture was Baby Groot, and what it says is "The grass is greener where you water it" by Neil
Barringham. It's a quote. Yeah, so these pictures or whatever have like different quotes on them along with different characters. I got one myself. Mine is Batman, where it says, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard," by Tim Noak. Or Knock, or whatever.
I still don't get how that relates to Batman.
Because it's not talent. Batman's all about hard work. He wasn't born with superpowers.
No.
He worked for them. I mean, it helps being rich, but well, like that's why Superman was born with powers, because of our sun. Batman doesn't get powers from our sun or any other dumb shit. He had to work for everything.
Next one is Oh, 3D 3 wolf thing. I don't know if you guys are getting this, but
Well, that's how you get it, is by recording.
well, I didn't know if they got the 3 different ones in there.
I don't know why you're showing me. I'm the one that already saw it.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so this next one, anyone that's a fan of amiibos, this guy does a bunch of like zombie-related theme stuff, and his main thing this year was the zombie amiibos. And I saw a donkey, like a couple of them. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of them, kind of like, It's like it was like, oh, their face is ripped off or the arms ripped off, and it was kind of like, but like the reason I went after Donkey Kong amiibo is or zombie amiibo is because he's got a banana sticking out of his eye. That was the main
He
reason.
missed his mouth.
Yeah, and then he also lost an arm and his back's all skinned up and everything.
And his knee looks like he scraped it.
Yeah, and the good thing is, this amiibo still works as, like, if you use it for a video game, like Smash Brothers, you can still use it.
Did you ask him that question before buying?
No, I tested it myself.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't test it there, but that wasn't the main function I was after. It was mainly, it's like, oh, it looks cool, I'll do that.
Alright, next thing that I got there was 2 pictures, but this is Albedo from Overlord. Pretty cool. I think she's pretty awesome. Next thing is yours.
Alright, so there's a story behind this. So you can see it's a regular, like, block from Mario, but what the thing is they have ones that hold 3DS games and ones that hold Switch games. Now this is the size of a Switch game. Now when I first took it up to them, they noticed the lid wasn't the right color, so he started looking for one, and then also when he finally found one, it's like, you do realize this one's for 3DS. It's like, oh, sorry, it's like I want one for Switch. Because I thought I picked one up for Switch, but I am so glad he mentioned that. And when I went to pay for it, they're like, oh, that'll be $15, and I'm like, kind of thought it was $8 over there. I didn't say it was $8, but it's like, I was like, it's like I'm gonna have to pass. And then I don't know if they were a husband-wife combo or what it was, probably. But basically, what ended up happening is he said, "What's wrong?" And it's like, well, he thought it was $10. It's like, just give it to him. And more than likely, he gave it to me probably because he had to go through the hassle finding the right lid and everything. So I greatly appreciate that from them. Fortunately, I don't have a business card for them, but if you ever happen to come across this, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to use this for my Switch games that I beat, so I can set them off to the side, and if I ever want to go back to them, I don't have to go to a case or anything. So it's a really nifty thing. What they did is they took a prop and made it into a Switch case. So that's kind of neat. You want me to show up another thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So got 2 things left.
So this thing is not. Yeah, 100. So this is not really my thing. This is for my one friend Garmadon12, or now goes by Garmachu on PSN, and he's a super big fan of Friday.
What is he chewing on?
Asians. Anyways, he's a really big fan of Friday the 13th. So I came up with the idea. It's like, hey, do you want me to get Friday the 13th for you for the NES at TooManyGames and have the nerd sign it? And he's like, dude, that would be awesome. It's like if you can. It's like, as long as it's not a problem. It's like, it's no problem. So I didn't wait in line for long. Maybe about, well, I mean, I got in line early, so I didn't have to wait in line for long when the line started moving. So I waited about like 20 minutes in actual line. But I was playing video games during that time. So unfortunately, I don't know if Garmin cares about having his name shown, but the nerd signed it, and basically it was addressed to him, so it's pretty cool. It's going to end up trying to have other Friday the 13th actors sign it if it gets to him in time.
Oh, now I know Garmin's real name.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Angry Video Game Nerd signs with his first name and then AVGN. And then he also said, it's like, well, tell him I said hi. And then, of course, Garma posted a flailing emote when I told him the nerd said hi to him.
No!
Yeah,
I'm
basically.
so in love! Marry me!
I'll show off one more thing. So, I was looking for a couple games. Those are just cards. So, I was looking for games at TooManyGames, mainly God Hand and Ghost Trick, but they didn't have those. So I started looking for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and Golden Sun. But they didn't have Golden Sun, or at least a copy that was there after I decided to start looking for it. But I managed to get Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for $12 at TooManyGames. And I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is the one I ended up losing the one time when I think I was helping. This was when I was super young, I think I was like 14 or 15. And I think it involved helping move a dresser that my mom just bought from like down the street, and I had to carry it with this guy the entire way down the street back, and I lost my copy. And I was kind of upset by that, but whatever. You can go for your next one.
Where was that? Was that here?
No, this is before I even knew you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said I'm a witch.
Well, I would say that for last.
Really?
Yeah, I would honestly, so we could show it all together.
Oh, okay. Dun, dun, dun. That time I got reincarnated as slime, Rimuru, and Starwolf Tempest.
Renga.
Renga. I always forgot his name. So, yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, funny enough or whatever.
And these both were next to each other when he showed me a picture. And I was like, yeah, get the other one too.
The funny thing enough is, like, I saw that first, and I was like, because I knew he was watching the English version of it, and I knew he would probably like that. Like, if he didn't buy it, I was going to buy it for myself. So, okay, I got a bunch of cards here, but they're not really important.
The cards can wait. Wow. Now if those people that gave you cards watch this, they're going to be like, I'm not important!
I'll show it at the end. Here, show them what the guidebook looked like, even though it's kind of generic.
This is the guidebook.
Yeah. It was Animal Crossing themed.
Animal Crossing. Friggin'.
It just has the schedule in it, and who's all going.
Friggin'. When was, Raps Bottles of History?
That was at 9 to 10 on Saturday. Alright, so going off another game off Tactics Advance, I saw Time Splitters 1, and well, the game itself isn't all that good. Shane said just get it just to complete the collection, so I have all 3 Time Splitters games now.
Then you'll be like, why did I listen to it?
Well, I think it was like 8 or $10. It was cheap, so I just grabbed it. It wasn't that expensive.
You grabbed it and didn't pay for it? Wow,
Yeah.
You're pretty good.
Yeah. I grabbed it and didn't pay for it, even though I gave them $10 for it. So there's a story behind this one also. This is by Block Sprite Guy. It's Blank from Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, wake me up in 5 minutes.
So at first I wanted the Gray Fox, but then or Solid Snake, but Solid Snake was $60, and I was like, can I really justify paying $60 for a semi-decent Solid Snake, even though it has the textures? So I waited till Sunday. Big Solid Snake was gone. Little Solid Snake was still there. And then by the time I went there, Little Solid Snake was gone, and it was just the 2 Gray Foxes, big and small. Well, Gray Fox didn't have a sword, so that was out. And then I saw the Mega Man X, and I think it was $55, but I wanted it for $45, and unfortunately he wouldn't go any lower than $50 because of the textures applied to it. I was like, oh, fair enough. So I figured it's like, if he's going to take at least $5 off, I'd go after the Blank. While a bit expensive, I really like Block Sprite's work that he puts into his stuff. He used to do a lot of Lego stuff. He still has some Lego stuff, but he mainly does basic stuff now for it, because he's more focused on recreations of 3D models for characters. And Blank was one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy IX, but you didn't really get to play as him as much, as he's more of a supporting character basically, of the Thieves of Tantalus. So I thought it was kind of neat because he applied textures to it rather than, and I think that's why he said it was so expensive, is because of applying the textures to it. So making sure like all the textures, because there's not even like any blank spaces, pardon the pun, because his name's blank. That I see that there's, yeah, I'm pretty sure he covered every spot, which is kind of neat. That's a lot of detail to go into, because you would literally have to look all around at the in-game character model. So the next thing I want to say I kind of got bullied into, because...
You got bullied?
Yeah.
What, they kept punching you in the arm or something?
No, they were like, oh, you didn't buy that much, Sean. You should totally get that book. Now, this is a Final Fantasy book that basically goes over all the stuff that is, like, as far as development goes and characters.
I hope you beat him with that book.
It's all the characters and whatnot, and like other nifty information stuff. Originally, I saw this on Amazon a while back, and I didn't grab it because I already had like a bunch of other stuff to read and do. But my main gripe with the book or whatever is I saw it cheaper elsewhere in like basically I'm pretty sure new condition. The main problem with this is it looked like someone knifed down the side, and it kind of upsets me that it ended getting knifed or whatever. But it has like world maps for each of the ones and developmental code. Like as you can see here, there's developmental code like coloring and all that other stuff.
Oh, not how they made the level.
Well, there's stuff like that too. So I mean I could show you guys off pages of this all I want, but that would take up like a crap ton of the video. And unfortunately, we're going to have to make this into a second part because I noticed my camera's flashing. So we'll be right back. Alright, we're back with part 2, even though it's all going to be the same video. Hopefully you don't hear the AC as much. Alright, going off last time when I showed off, I still have more stuff.
So, a lot more stuff than I do.
Yeah, so there's a mini story behind this. The lady was selling Dragon Quest figures, like anywhere from $8 to $15, and this guy was $15, and I was like, oh, I can't stomach that. So I had to wait till like Sunday when the lowest she would go down to is 10, and it's like, okay, I'll take it, because it's like official Japanese merchandise of Dragon Quest, and I was like, I really gotta get this. I really gotta get this, because I don't have many Dragon Quests, so if they were really super cheap, I would have gobbled them all up. And my one friend, Dirty, wanted to get 2, but he couldn't even get like $5 off his 2 figures. He could only get 3. So he's like, it's like you lucky,
you lucky devil,
you lucky bugger. And to quote Resistance,
booger.
I think that's what they said in Resistance. A lucky bugger, because it was in Bongland. So this is a microphone for Mario Party 7 for the GameCube, which I'm kind of disappointed in after coming home, finding out that I sold Mario Party 7 a while back when I needed money, and now I'm regretting it because I finally have the microphone attachment, so I could finally play the mic mini games with this, even though this microphone, even a new one, is kind of shit, because sometimes...
Now you're saying I'm going to be hearing you singing karaoke?
You don't sing karaoke, you say stuff into the microphone.
Oh.
That's what it's for. But still, these microphones are kind of expensive, and then this one was like only $5, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab it, because the guy was selling a bunch of accessories. And this next thing, I want to step on my pixels, is I got from my one friend Bounty. And Bounty, if you're watching this, you better take this damn thing, or I will hunt you down and like literally beat you with it.
I know people, Bounty. I know people.
So it is Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong. Oh, I still have the price tag on it.
Take that off.
I'll take it off when after the video. So there was a Donkey Kong I saw earlier. Basically, it looked like exactly like this, only slightly larger, and it was like $25.
You gotta put a banana in his eye.
Yeah.
And it's already blinking.
Oh my god. So I guess we're gonna have to cut this into another part. So we'll be right back.
Part 3.
Back with part 3 now. Now with more skeletons.
Will we have a part 4?
Hopefully
Stay
not.
tuned.
So before the thing decides to zone out, I'll show you basically what I got. I got prints from the cat lady. I think I have her card here. She always includes her card, and she's usually at TooManyGames and Otakon every time. I'll link it down in the description. Yeah. And so the first one is Samus from Metroid. Big Samus fan. Even though I've only played Metroid Fusion, the Metroid games were pretty fun. Well, actually, no, I played Super Metroid also.
He secretly wants her as a girlfriend.
Oh yeah, you know it. Everyone has waifus, so I don't know why that's a surprise. And then next,
I would date her.
And then next is my usual cat thing I get from her, and this time it's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And the reason I got that, well, it's just Fullmetal Alchemist, or Fullmetal Alchemist, but Brotherhood is basically what to go by.
The weakling.
Yeah, okay, Armstrong. And another reason why I wanted this one is because back in the day they had a bunch of Fullmetal Alchemist cats as like funny pictures, so I definitely wanted that. And then the last one I couldn't decide on something, so I just went with Zero from the Mega Man games.
Without the silver there.
And basically it just wrapped in a bunch of fire. And...
Oh, I thought that...
What?
Isn't that her sword that's like...
That's not a her. That's a he.
I keep saying her. I'm not used to guys having long ass hair. Isn't that his sword that's
not the sword doing the fire.
But that's what it looks like attached there.
Yeah, but it's not attached there. That's him creating the flames by thrusting his sword around. Okay, so honestly, I have a lot of cards here, and I'm just gonna flash them on screen. God damn it, because I really don't know how long this battery's gonna last. So I'm just gonna go through them really fast here as to basically advertise them. I'll probably post them in the description down below. That was just an advertisement for a convention. This is for an indie game. This is for a pin I got from playing an indie game. This is another advertisement for a booth that was there.
This is the indie game.
This is the indie game from the pin. I apologize for going fast, but I kind of have to because I don't know how long the battery's going to last. That's the same one. And that's one from the cat lady. Yeah. And then this is from Screenwave Media with all their video games that they're working on right now. And then this was my thing from Throne Controllers, which I didn't even get called up, so. Okay, so Skelly has one last thing he wants to show, and then we're done with acquisitions. So the very first thing
Fallout chest. The first picture he sent me, and I was like, "Yes, please."
I like how the back is
Shush.
upside down.
So yeah, it's because I put the thing on the wrong.
So you may notice that there's nothing in it. That's because it's got it set up. So what we're gonna do is actually take you over there.
We're gonna take a trip.
Yeah, this is what Skelly bought.
Oh, not only Bacardi, but
yeah, Skelly's kind of a drunk skeleton.
Yeah, I don't drink much. This probably lasts me like 5 years.
Okay, so here's what the full chess set looks like.
Yeah,
when it's actually put out.
Black versus green, or
Apologize for
good
shaking.
versus bad.
Yeah, focus camera, please. Or maybe.
That looks focused.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird at times.
That's the black.
Okay, it's better focus. So that's the black, which are, I guess, supposed to be all the enemies.
Yep, the bad guys.
And then this is all the good guys, which I believe the Vault Dweller's the king.
Yeah, and dog meets the queen.
Yeah, dog meets the queen.
But they're pretty good detailed.
Who are the regular guys? Are those the?
These are pawns.
Well, I know they're
the
pawns,
guys.
but I'm talking about what they're from. from in the game?
Oh, they're just the regular.
Are they the
girls and
Minutemen?
guys.
Or whatever the
probably
group is?
Minutemen, or they could even be your characters.
And I take it this is the Brotherhood of Steel?
Brotherhood of Steel. This is probably Brotherhood of Steel 2. And then this is probably the robots.
Yeah.
And then you got Deathclaw as Queen. And then you got the orc kind of guys
Oh, as King.
as King. And then
Oh, God.
that's your knight for the...
Jesus.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not
But
familiar with my Fallout
they're
terminology.
like big robots. And then I think these are the dead folk or something.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see a bunch. And then more robots. And then probably the raiders and...
Yeah. The human enemies.
Yeah, the human enemies as pawns.
Oh, and in case you're wondering what that is in the background, I got that at a flea market like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Used as a napkin holder now. Used to hold a knife, now it's holding napkins. So that's pretty much the Fallout chess set.
Anybody know how to fix a Game Boy?
And it's kind of a like the board's kind of generic, but it has the Fallout logo. It's more for the figures than anything out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. All we got at Too Many Games. Hopefully next year we get maybe more cool stuff. I don't know, but stay tuned later this week when I do an afterthoughts video. So till then, everybody, we'll see you then. Later.